Hey friends, Joel here at St. David's in DC with a brief tutorial on signing up using our online registration form. Please note that it is a requirement of the Diocese and of St. David's that you pre-register with your contact information as well as agreeing to follow the Covenant for Regathering for any in-person event being hosted at St. David's or in the Diocese. We've made it very simple with our online form, which is integrated into our database. However, if you prefer to register in other ways, you can call the office at 202-966-2093. We'll be happy to sign you up for an event. Or you can send an email to myself, Joel at stdavidsdc.org, and I'll make sure to get you registered. But it is of the utmost importance that you register before events. It helps us not only with the potential need for contact tracing, but it also gives us an idea of the number of guests, and it allows us to cap the capacity to DC guidelines. So thank you so much for your cooperation in registering beforehand. It'll help us here in the office, and it'll help keep your fellow parishioners and our visitors safe. To register for an event online, however, if you go to our website, stdavidsdc.org, you can find links under the highlights section. We have links to our prayer service and lunch, our outdoor evening prayer, and if you click those, it'll take you there. It's listed on our calendar on the webpage. If you'd rather look at the dates, specific dates, you can find the date for which you'd like to register, noonday prayer, and click on that, and then follow the links. You can also follow the links from our weekly e-news. So when you get little things every Thursday, there are links to all these events that you can click. And finally, you can also go to Regathering and Outdoor Events, and it'll list the outdoor events. But whichever way you navigate, this is going to be the first page you see. We have our outdoor events listed, as well as a brief description and the prompt to click up on the dates, to click on the dates below to sign up online. We also have a copy of the Covenant for Regathering and Worship. If you need to review that, it'll also be on the form. So let's say we want to register for the Wednesday noonday prayer coming up on September 23rd. So we'll click that, and it'll take us here to the form. Now, the form will first ask you to enter your name and email. If you do not have a profile in our account, it'll actually prompt you to continue as a guest. But if you have a profile, it'll know who you are. Now, today I'm using David Saint. That is my fictitious parishioner who I use for tutorials. And this is his email, stdavidsdc123. I'm going to enter this. This will then look up to see if David Saint is in our system. If he is, great, it'll prompt us to log in. If not, it'll have the individual continue to sign in as a guest. So you can still register even if you're not already in our system. So for newcomers or first-time visitors, this makes it easy for you. But I'm going to go ahead and enter David Saint, stdavids123 at Gmail. Oh, look, we know you. Enter your password. So I'm going to enter the password, type it in, and click sign in. Quick note, you can also just log into your Realm account and find this exact form under the events calendar in Realm. So you don't have to necessarily do it this way. You could go directly to your profile. So once you're in the event, we have the date, the information, the contact folks, as well as a brief description and a link to the Covenant for Regathering. You are welcome to look at the Covenant for Regathering and read through that, because you will have to agree for that, agree to abide by the covenant on the following pages in the form. We're going back to the form. So who's attending this event? I'm going to actually, today, David Saint is going to bring his wife, Mary Saint. Their child's going to stay home with grandma, but they're going to bring their neighbor, Susie Question. So they're going to bring their neighbor. So it'll allow you to bring a guest, if it's a neighbor, a friend, or a visiting relative. We're going to click next. So we're going to click next. It'll take us to the prompt asking us if we agree to follow the Covenant for Regathering. You are required to answer yes in order to attend the event. What I'd recommend is if you're signing up for you, your spouse, and your friend or child, click yes, and then apply this answer to all registrants. And what it'll do is, it'll say that all three persons attending have agreed to abide by the covenant. This is a diocesan requirement, so we do need to record this. I also put in here, see resources link to read full documents. So on the next page, there's a resources link. You can also see it on the description page as well, that I showed you earlier. So you've selected who's coming. They've all agreed to the covenant. We'll click next. Now you're not registered yet. This is the final page, and this is review your registration and make any necessary changes. Please make sure that you do this and then click register. If you don't click register, it won't actually confirm your registration. You should receive an email once you complete this form. If you don't, then you need to call the office or figure out if you maybe did not actually register. So you have to click this. This is what's gotten a few folks confused. And I've been talking to Realm to see if we can make it a little bit easier. So more to come on that. But this is your review page. You can take a look. We've got David Saint. He's agreed by the covenant. Mary Saint, she's agreed. And Susie Question, our neighbor, yep, she's agreed. 3 registrations, and we'll click register. Bingo. And now it'll say, here we go. You are now registered. So it shows registrations for 3 adults. It's got the event name. You can, again, review the covenant for regathering. You can download it and print it off if you prefer. And here you go. It shows everybody signed up for the event. Let's say you realize right now that you can't actually make it. You just realized there's a conflict. You can also cancel your registration by clicking here. If you need to cancel, you can also log back into your Realm account. If you're a guest, your confirmation email will allow you to click to cancel, or you can always just email or call the office and I can cancel registrations for you that way. So this is how you register online for events. Right now our events are currently all outside. We are working toward a eventual indoor regathering as we get into cooler weather, so please stay tuned for that. The form for registering for that will be very similar as well. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. We can't wait to see you soon, and God bless.